this one. Well, guess what? If you serve meat, if you love to entertain, this is a must-have, because not only is this absolutely beautiful to look at, it's designed so that all of these beautiful, very important juices that we want to be able to keep our meat moist and taste good, it's designed to keep all of those juices right in the center.
And not only that, it's got the first ever, I'm going to pull this one just to show you real quick. It's got the first ever having these slip pads on there. How many times I grew up cooking in the kitchen where someone said, always take a wet paper towel, put it on the counter so it doesn't slip. You don't need that because you have 4 stoppers here that really get on. Which I'm going to show
you get that out of the way?
I mean, look, I can move the whole table. This stays on, so that's important. It's a great shot to show you, but there's actually that slight curve. This took over 2 years to engineer. I know that sounds silly, but they went through 35 versions of getting this curve. Why is it so important? One, they wanted to hold a cup of juice for any meats, and it wouldn't pour over, but also the angle is such that when you use your knife, it's not gonna dull your knife as easily as a flat board because it's curved to a knife curve. So chefs love that because of that as well.
But this is for home cooks too, which is the importance here, and it's also beautiful to serve on.
Beautiful.
It's K43068. We've got it for you today. 2 easy payments of $14.99. This is from Architec. It's Acacia Concave carving board. What is the secret of the acacia wood?
So acacia wood is this beautiful multi-grained wood that is so durable, so hard, and it is also sealant of any water. So it's not going to take any liquids in. Look at the juice of the steak. The secret behind all your proteins is when you cook, whether it's in the oven, on a barbecue, on a stovetop, you have to let your meat sit. But most importantly is when you had a traditional cutting board, if you put it there, all the juices that you actually created when you made this, barbecued it, grilled it, actually flies off the side. It goes around the rim. You know the ones that have the channel on the outside?
Yes.
Well, you're actually pulling the juice away from it.
It's so sad.
You want the juices to stay in there and actually just sit and marinate just enough that when you cut it, every piece is going to keep the juice right in there. Look at all that juice. I'm going to offer this to you.
Oh, and I'm going to take it, sir. This looks phenomenal. I'm not going to turn this down. My mama taught me right.
So it's all about, and you know what, I got to tell you, a great cooked steak is key, but when you can let it sit in its own juices, that's the difference and makes it moist, right? So let's move over here.
It melts in your mouth.
Look at
and when you think about what you want from a steak, steaks, pieces of meat, especially if you're going to a butcher, you're spending quite a bit of money on it, so you want to keep it in the best form that you can. You want to be able to present it, and most importantly, you want to eat it.
You want to eat it.
With the best flavor, and that's what this does. Those juices are packed with flavor.
So you're protecting your blade, because remember I talked about that curve? So when I use this knife, I'm actually not dulling the blade as regularly as I would, so that's a benefit. Look at all the juice that's staying in there. I let this pork, beautiful stuffed pork, sit there in its own juices, which is what you want it to do, as they're reabsorbing back in there to keep this pork moist. I'm slicing it on the board, and Katie, you brought up a great point. This is so beautiful. To me, this is a serving piece as well.
Absolutely.
So you're not transferring it, because look how gorgeous that is. And here's the thing, when you go to bring this to your family, the juices are gonna stay inside the board, which no other board I've ever come in contact with, you could do that. You would never serve your steak on any of the board because it doesn't have a concave to it.
It's less than $30. We also have it for you on 2 easy payments of less than $15 each. It's not just for meat. Really, you can use this as your regular cutting board.
Oh, it's a regular cutting board.
But this is where you can see, because it really is hard. It's not until you get it home, really, to kind of put your hand to it. This shows you it stays.
It's so hard in television. I was telling Katie and I were having difficulty. Like, how do we get to tell them that there's a curve, if you will, or a concaveness to it? This is how you prove it right there, because no other board, if you took 1 cup of thick gravy that this is, so think of any of the juices, and it sits dead center of the board. Look at that. That's the secret.
Right there.
That concave right there, you see it.
That saves you time cleaning up your counters. That helps you enjoy all of the hard work you've put into cooking the meat, the roast. But I'm just thinking, yesterday I was getting to play with our Today's Special Value, so I made some salsa. I cut tomatoes. The tomato juice went all over my counter because I don't have one of these. Use this for tomatoes.
Tomato
Use
juice.
this for citrus fruits. Or
like pineapple. When you cut up a pineapple, all the juices. You know the way my mother always used to say, open your pineapple in the sink because there's too many juices. But now you're talking about 1 cup. Look at the size of this prime rib. Talk about a whole chicken. Ducks and birds, veals, everything on here. This is a nice size that's going to hold a lot of your family dinners and meats on there.
18 inches wide, 14 inches long. It's about an inch high. Love the feet on the bottom. Close to 200 have been
You
picked
see why
up.
she has a woman crush over this?
I love it.
Come on.
It is K43068. I got to tell you something. I would also be using this. I'm a big fan of the